What's up everybody? Today we finally get a first look trailer from Nintendo for the Switch 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So it looks like, if you look at this controller and the way that this main system is set up, it doesn't look like, I mean, apart from this point of connection, I'm assuming this is all connected through magnets. But one of the issues that I had with the original Switch was my Joy-Con, for some reason, it wouldn't stay on, and while I was gaming, sometimes it would just come right off, and that was kind of annoying. Like, it would pop off. And if these are just sticking through magnets, I'm curious about how, I guess, strong these magnets need to be in order for it to not just pop off if you... Yeah, that's something that's concerning. Overall, I do like the look of the new Switch. Like, it looks like, I guess, the Switch Pro. I don't know if this is a... It looks like the Switch Pro to me. I don't think this is like a full revamp of a new system, but I guess this is the... This is the Switch 2. This is what they're coming out with. If I'm trying to do diagonal presses, how that would work. This is more in line with the style that we saw with the same C-type D-pad, which I don't even think you can call it a D-pad. I was kind of hoping that they would incorporate a D-pad rather than these individual buttons for up, left, right, down. Joysticks wise, you know, they're going to be a little bit bigger because currently you saw the controller got bigger, so they're going to be bigger in size. That was something that I hated on the original Switch, was how small the Joy-Cons were. It just felt so cheap comparing it to, say, the PlayStation or Xbox controller. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at the back. Like, if you're looking at the back, I do like a more robust kickstand. That's going to be really nice. You can see here there are interesting buttons. I don't know how that would feel. So you got the left shoulder button, the right shoulder button, you got L2, R2. I wonder how that would feel to press. If you look at the current Switch, that's where the disconnect button is for the Joy-Cons. However, they're a little bit more concaved and you have a little bit more real estate to press that button, it looks like. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be comfortable. To me, that doesn't look comfortable. And then you got a bigger screen, however, you still got this crazy bezel, which is disappointing. I was hoping that there wouldn't be any on the new system. You got the home button to the right, and then you got these two buttons, which I'm assuming are going to be start and select. Actually, no, start and select is going to be up here. You have start, select. I don't know what these buttons are, or if they're even buttons. And is this gameplay from actual... Like, they didn't mention or say anything that this is actual gameplay, but as of now, these textures look super low res. And that was another thing that I couldn't stand about my Switch, was the lack of performance, you know? I mean, I love my Switch, I loved Zelda, I loved some of the games, but it didn't captivate me as much as, say, my Steam Deck. My Switch has been collecting dust since 2020. I just haven't picked it up. There hasn't been many games that I really want to play, but yeah, these graphics, kind of underwhelming. Okay, and here's the new controller, which... So the controller looks very similar to what we've experienced in the past, and this does not look comfortable at all. I know I bought the Nintendo Switch Pro controller because of how much I hated this style of a controller. 2025. Alright, plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games, so it's backwards compatible. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain may not be supported or fully compatible with the details will be shared. Okay, so at least we get backwards compatibility, which is nice. It's going to be a little bit bigger. The thumbsticks do appear to be a little bit bigger. I hope they fix the stick drift issue. Is that it? Yeah, I don't know. Looking at this controller, I'm just wondering, like, right here seems to be where the magnet well is, along with this. And I wonder if there is some form of extra connection, but I don't see a button apart from this guy right here that gives me any indication that this thing will stay on and you would need some kind of physical press to release a latch or a physical mechanism to release this thing. You can see here, this is probably where the magnets are. I wonder what's in here. But yeah, this guy right here, let's see if it has the same indentation. Yeah, it has the same indentation there. This could be used for, I guess, transferring power. Who knows what this is for? I'm sure someone out there knows, but as of now, my biggest concern is how strong are the magnets. Oh man, this trailer, I don't like how this trailer is so animated. Honestly, I wish they just made it a little bit simpler and show off more of how this thing will actually work. Because yeah, it snaps on, but again, this is a 3D render. This isn't the actual thing, and I'm curious as to what these two buttons will do. Yeah, see that? If they just pop off like that, that's concerning. That is super concerning for me, because I've dropped my, like if I'm holding my Switch right now, and yeah, if I push too much pressure up on the right Joy-Con, it just slips out. And this has happened to me on numerous occasions where I'm playing and this thing just slips out and I have to put it back. Super annoying. And yeah, there's a lot of wiggle room between the two Joy-Cons and the main system. Yeah, so they put the charging port right on, I believe this is the top of the system, or is this the bottom of the system? No, this is the top of the system. And okay, here we go. So there is two charging ports, it seems like, and that's great, because prior to that, the charging port being solely on the bottom of the system was kind of annoying, but it's nice to see that they added a secondary, hopefully a secondary power. Yeah, they made these controllers a lot bigger, which I'm super happy that they did, because previously these Joy-Cons were so ridiculously tiny. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the leak information. Eurogamer, Hideki Kamiya calls out shitty leakers and the Switch to reveal they need to be crushed as soon as possible. Yeah, they weren't too happy with all the leaks. We got call out shitty early. Okay, following the. So he's frustrated. Yeah, I can imagine how frustrating it is when you're spending so much time and so much energy on creating a system, and then someone just decides to show the world when it's kind of half-baked. That would be really annoying. It would be akin to me working on a video and someone showing you guys a rough cut. I can understand the frustration there. I hope that all the people who leak Switch 2 information, those who helped leak, will be cursed for the rest of their lives to always have poop on the soul. So he's pissed. That's funny. Anyways, so let's look at here. So the original base model of the Nintendo Switch is approximately 4 inches high and 9.4 inches long, according to Nintendo's official system specs. If we look at the side-by-side, it's approximately 14% larger, which, you know, that's going to be nice, especially for people who have adult-sized hands, because I know the Switch, the first one, I was kind of frustrated by how small and cheap the Joy-Cons felt, especially for a system that expensive. The CPU, this is something that I'm very interested in. The Switch 2 will be powered by an NVIDIA custom Tegra T239 processor. According to leak details, okay, that would put the system's processing power on par with previous generation consoles like the PS4 and Xbox One, according to analysts, but leaks suggest that Switch 2 will employ upscaling technology that can boost 720p resolutions up to 4K when docked. Huh. So it does seem like there are going to be a lot of things, I guess, down-resed when in handheld mode, which kind of sucks, especially when there are systems out there. Granted, I know, like the AI 8 Plus or whatever by, I think it's the MSI Claw, it's more than $1,000 or close to $1,000 system, and in order for Nintendo to stay competitive with other systems, they're gonna have to keep their system under the $500 price point, I'm assuming, because I think a PlayStation cost around $400 right now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, but you know, they're gonna need to keep it in a competitive price range. So we're gonna have some things that are gonna be compromised, and if it's something like boosting a 720p resolution up to 4K when docked, I question what is the resolution gonna be when in handheld mode, because let's be honest, when I play my Switch, it's usually in handheld mode. I tend to not dock it as frequently because I just feel like The whole point of having a Switch is to be able to take it on the go. Switch 3.5mm headphone jack, other specs we're waiting to hear. Okay, so we're still waiting to hear on more of the information. However, if this has Nintendo, this is old. This is old news. Get out of my face. We know the current Switch stats. Here we go. So if the person in June release is all confirmed, pricing would be $449. Yeah, this would be a competitive price, but still $500 is a lot of money. So I'm hoping it would come bundled with a few games, if not just one. Let's see what people are saying and I think $449 and $499 is a little too high for a Switch 2. I agree. I think $399 would be what I'm hoping the Switch 2 would cost. Anything more, I'd expect way better performance. And looking at this gameplay, and again, they didn't say anything about what this could be, just a render for all we know. But if this is what we're going to expect in terms of graphical fidelity, it doesn't really raise any kind of confidence, because one of the issues that the Switch had was when you have games released on the PS4 and the Xbox, whenever you saw those games being ported over to the Switch, you saw a huge downgrade in graphical fidelity, which was kind of my issue and why I stopped playing the Switch. There are certain games that I wish came out on the Switch and I wish they performed better, like trying to play Warframe, for instance. I tried playing Warframe on my Switch and it was just a really rough experience comparing that to, say, my PC, obviously, or even my PS4. Like, the PS4 handled the game way better. So, I don't know. I am crossing my fingers. Am I gonna buy the Switch 2 at launch? Probably not. I'm most likely not going to be buying the Switch 2 at launch, and that's because I just want to wait and see what kind of games come out for it, and see if there's anything that really interests me to drop that much money. Because right now there are other systems that I would consider getting, like there are other systems that I would rather buy with that money, like the MSI Claw 8 AI. This thing just looks amazing. It's powerful enough to run some of those AAA games at higher settings with way better frame rates than what I'm getting with my Steam Deck. So in order for me to really drop that kind of money, the amount of games that the Nintendo Switch will need, that's probably the deciding factor if I were to buy a Switch. But again, biggest concerns, magnets. How strong are these magnets? The bezels, I don't like. This, I do like. I like the USB-C charging cable at the top. However, we are kind of going off of the leaks, right? Because this trailer doesn't really show much apart from the design of the console. You know? I do like how it looks. But, we'll see. Only time will tell. Alright guys, that was my, official Nintendo Switch 2 first look reaction. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.